Hi guys, this is Astrid Mueller again, an illustrator and brand designer and passionate about helping fashion startups and women entrepreneurs succeed. I'm also author of the Startup Branding Insider, where I share lots of inspiration about how to use branding to succeed as a startup and small business. Today I have something exciting for you guys. It's a big topic for all of us to make our business most successful as fast as possible. It's the topic about focus and how you can have the best focus as your business owner, how to make the most out of your business. I know you guys probably also have read books about this, and you probably have your own inspirations on this too. And it's a huge field, and there's a ton of books. I'm just going to share a few of the tips with you that have worked really well for myself since I started my first design company 10 years ago. I read a bunch of stuff and I tried a bunch of things, and here are 3 of my favorites. So the first one I'll share with you is pick the first thing and do that first. And that is actually inspired by a business book, The 4-Hour Work Week, which you may have heard about by Timothy Ferriss. I really enjoyed that book, and it kind of stuck with me. And the key element that really stuck with me is that he says that he breaks it down. So you have all these tasks that you're supposed to do as an entrepreneur and business owner, and it can get really overwhelming. And a huge challenge that we all have more and more is that we just, turn on the phone as soon as we wake up. We look at our social media and things like that. So one of the big inspirations that he left with me is to forget all that stuff. You really sit down first and do the first thing first. So think, what is the most goal effective thing for your business? What one thing, if you had to pick one thing, what can you do in a day that would really help your business the most of all the things that you're trying to do? And think in terms of what is most effective towards your goal, not necessarily most urgent, but what can really get you a step closer to your big goals of this year. I love this technique, and I've been using it. I keep, sometimes everybody is human. We all fall into the traps and the temptations, and I forget about it sometimes, but I keep going back to this one again and again, and it has been helping me a lot. So that's the first one, to do the most important one first. The second one, do the ugliest one really first or very soon. So let's say you have a big project that you've been postponing, somehow you're uncomfortable doing it, and it may be like, I don't know, it could be anything, right? It could be a bookkeeping item or something. So depending on if it's your first thing or not, that's the thing that I would look at first. So if it's not your first thing, you'll have all these other tasks. So pick the one that's the ugliest one and that you're trying to put away, and look at that one and get that out of the way very soon. That's inspired by another business book that I read quite a while back. It's called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, and he shares 21 ways of how to perfection. I forgot how he called it. The book is called Eat That Frog, but it's 21 ways to show to become most effective. Optimizing tips that really help you be super efficient with your time. So one of the tips that he had in there is really to pick the ugliest task and do that right away. And this is one of the things that I keep thinking too, because we all get these tasks that we're kind of like pushing away, and maybe subconsciously we're thinking, it's not that urgent, I'm just going to put it away. And I found out that when I do these things first, not only do I feel great when I did them, I feel like I accomplished something today, and I feel relieved, but also I usually notice that it wasn't even that big of a deal. So that's my second inspiration for you, to do the ugly thing after you did the first thing. And then the third inspiration for you, among the many that there would be out there, is to find an inspired place to work in. And for me, that is, I'm a creative person, and it may not be quite as important for you guys, but I would say that for everybody, we all have environments that make us really work, bring out the best in us, and environments that kind of don't. So this can be influenced by many factors. It can be just a space. I have spaces, for instance, if I'm at home, it's a very cozy place and I just feel like relaxing and not doing a whole lot, or maybe wanting to read stuff. But if I compare working at home in the living room, for instance, with working in town in an office space, I work much better in an office space, and my mind opens up, and I think better. I get more productive, and have better ideas. So that's an inspiration for you to think if you have the opportunity to choose between different locations, which you may have as a business owner. Maybe you have tasks where you have to do strategic thinking, or you have to sketch something up as a fashion designer. So think really like where do you feel most productive and most inspired? Like take a step out of the routine. Maybe it's great for you to go to a cafe and work there this afternoon. Take the time and do it. If you are more effective in a different place, you will totally win, bottom line. And I'm going to give you like a quick example what I'm doing today. So some of you guys may already know. So I'm originally from Switzerland, but I studied in New York, but I live on an island in Alaska, in Kodiak, Alaska, which is like a small fishing town, basically. So I try to find inspired places to work by not just working in an office environment, but I get out of the house and I work in different places in town sometimes. As a designer, I can do this, I'm fortunate. So I get my laptop, and sometimes, for instance, like now, I go to the library and I rent a room here, which we can have. I'm going to show you real quick, just for giggles. Have a look here. So this is my rented room, and this is the library. So now you have a little glimpse from my life, how I sometimes work when I'm not in my studio for jewelry, or not working in my normal office. So here it goes. 3 inspiration for you guys. I wish you a very productive week, and I would love to hear your own inspirations, like what really helps you to be most effective and most productive. So shoot me an email or leave a note. Also, I'd like to invite you, if you're not on my Startup Branding Insider yet, do sign up for the link. That will be really cool inspiration for you, and I'd love to help you, inspire you further how to use branding for your own business to succeed. Okay, have a great inspired week, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Bye.